Welcome to Daggers and Shadow Daddies.
We're your hosts, Ryan and Adriana. Close your legs and open your book. Let's get to reading.
Warning, this podcast contains explicit content.
It's about to get nasty.
It's all vibes and no facts.
Let's get to spoiling.
Wait, no, these are spoiler-free episodes.
Not the way I do it. This is the story of a girl.
Bad river drowned the whole world.
She inherited magic by touching a card. And her mom's a witch, and she's dead now. And her aunt's sad, and the whole world is covered in mist, and it's a little bit sad.
I don't think her mom is a witch. You keep saying this.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing signs.
She came down in a bubble.
Doug.
Doug, that's right.
Or her aunt's a witch. Her aunt sounds superstitious. She's just like, be careful in that castle. It's haunted.
Yeah, the writing's on the wall.
And I think quite literally, because wasn't there a moment where the nightmare was intrigued by just the stone in the building?
Yeah. Well, that was my second Stevie Wonder very superstitious reference in this book so far. It's okay. How do we want to start?
I wanted to say for this recording, we are on our annual camping trip. So there's a lot of outdoor noises and stuff like that. We're going to try to mitigate it as much as we can. But what's the whole don't stop the grind or something like that?
No.
Don't stop grinding.
That doesn't mean what you think it means, but I do agree with the sentiment. Always on that grind. Grind every day. Grinding on Adri.
No.
Tell me when to stop grinding.
No.
So I'll be like an Olive Garden. You just tell me when to stop.
It made me think of it's enough slices.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I like it.
So now we're 50% of the way through the book. What are you thinking about it?
I'm really enjoying I'm enjoying the book more than anybody else has ever enjoyed this book.
Really?
I don't know why, but yeah, I really, really like this book.
I feel confused by the nightmare because sometimes I feel like he is really endearing to her, and other times I feel like he is against her. Like, he doesn't share information. She's not really asking for it either. But like with the horse moment where he just was fucking with her of trying to scare the horse.
No, he wasn't trying to scare the horse. The horse was afraid of her. And then he said, oh, she's like, he doesn't know what to think about me. And the nightmare's like, no, he knows exactly what you are.
Yeah, but maybe in the moment I should have been perceiving it more. He's been trying to get her to accept who she is. And it's not that I don't know.
I think he also wants her to ask questions. She doesn't ask questions. She acts like the nightmare is some sort of mental illness that she's afflicted with.
Yeah, she has zero curiosity to learn anything about him.
And to be fair, he's a 500-year-old magic being dealing with a 20-year-old girl.
Was it in this little set of chapters where, what was it? She's like, how did you know that and whatnot? Why didn't you tell me? He's like, I have told you. It's not my fault that you didn't pick it up. Or something like that.
Yeah, he's good. I don't know. I like the nightmare. He's not a gargoyle. He's not as good as the gargoyle is. The side characters in this are weaker than in the other book.
Yeah, I think this one has a heavier focus on the romance and the plot rather than the side characters.
Yeah, which is okay. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I think our love interest guy, what's his name?
Raven.
Raven's kind of a nothing burger of a dude so far.
Really?
What can you tell me about Raven? Other than he's messy.
What do you mean he's messy?
He doesn't clean up after himself.
Oh, yeah, I guess his room and then also their garden. I love their garden. I like the way that was described as almost like wildflowers, unkempt and just...
The less of a garden and more of it's allowed to exist there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's not an organized dude, which is good.
I thought his room sounded like a typical male apartment. Like, what is... I think there's a subreddit called Male Living Space, and it's always like a one-bedroom apartment with a lawn chair and a TV on a cardboard box.
See, but this is the thing. There's a big difference between minimalist and messy.
I didn't think
She said there's shit everywhere and he's tripping over things.
No, there were books.
There were books and all kinds of shit strewn about. Things on shelves and everything just messily tossed about.
Yeah, and it wasn't...
It looked like it had been ransacked.
I will say, seeing your cleanliness when we first got together was a selling point for you.
Yeah, I also just had like an air mattress and a chair.
We should have taken a photo and submitted that to the male living space because it was an air mattress. It did have a sheet on it.
Yeah.
It did have a comforter, and
that's it.
You had maybe 6 pairs of clothes.
I still own 6 pair of clothes. You don't need more than that. But it can be orderly.
Especially coming from my ex where, oh, that was bad. I needed to raise my standards. I raised them so high.
You can have a small amount of stuff and not be cluttered and messy, though.
Yeah, I guess I didn't take his room to be bad. I took it to be he is studying and he's studious and he's got books everywhere. You know, like the Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the Pepe Sylvia moment where he has everything on the wall and he's got strings tying it all together. That was a terrible reference because that is Always Sunny is very messy.
I was just going to say, Charlie Day in that show is the messiest human being.
Huffing paint.
He has a secret bathroom.
Yeah.
It's just stuffed with things like a closet.
Okay, no, not Charlie Day necessarily. I just meant like that chaos of he's trying to connect the dots. And
you're seeing this as organized chaos.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not. There are books strewn about the floor. He's tripping over them. It is shit everywhere.
Fine.
He's messy. What else do we know about him?
He is... Oh, I found the way he's described by the nightmare and the aunt very interesting because I don't think I've heard of somebody described as strange and...
Severe.
Severe? What does that mean?
Serious. My stepdad is a severe man.
Strange and severe? What's the strange part then? What does strange mean in...
Well, we've all met strange people.
But it can't mean that.
Well, it could.
It doesn't mean that kind of strange.
I would say this kind of just describes my stepdad. He's a strange and severe man. I love him.
I would describe him as severe, very serious.
You don't think he's also a little strange?
No.
Really?
Maybe the fact that he's severe would be strange.
No. The way he laughs is strange.
What? No.
What are you talking about? That is odd.
No.
Have you heard 2 people laughing at each other's jokes that way? You assume it was like an early stage AI.
Where they put those 2 AI bots that are trying to order a pizza for you side by side. No. I'm getting it backwards. Where you each call a pizza place and you set the phones by each other. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Where you call a Domino's, you call a Pizza Hut, you set the phones next to each other like, hi, how may I help you? And then it's just back and forth confusion.
I think that would be strange. Yeah. I would say that describes Raven you.
No, it doesn't. Raven wouldn't be up to that.
He's an odd duck.
Is he strange as in... Oh, no, I'm not going there.
Not ordinary.
Okay, yeah. He just is quiet, and that might scare people. Quiet and reserved, and then once you actually get to know him...
I think that's the severe part. The strange is his room looks like a bomb went off in there, and he's always hiding in the shadows, even though he's the most important dude besides the king around there.
Nobody knows what his room looks like, and she even said that was very confusing given how orderly he is outside of, obviously, his room.
He comes off like an organized person. This makes total sense to me. A lot of the people you would meet professionally, and you'd be like, holy shit, they really have their life together.
We're not gonna...
You open their car door, and
I was just gonna
falling out of it. You are one of these people.
Okay.
You are orderly, but also...
The car is chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, things just kind of get set places, but professionally you are very organized.
When you're in a car, you're just always looking forward. You don't even be looking at the mess. And then when you...
You should also be checking your mirrors, blind spots.
When you turn to look at the mess, you're already at your stop. You're like, yeah, I'm going to leave this spot. Just walk away and deal with it later.
You are wild. No, I would say that Raven is described as strange and severe. He's also very messy and disorderly.
I think he's sweet.
Yeah. I would agree.
And tender.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
And...
With everyone or just our main character?
Just our main character.
So would that really be a personality trait or just...
No, actually, no. He's sweet, loving, kind, considerate.
Loving?
Of Emery. Look at all he's doing for Emery. His brother.
Yeah, when he's not flinging him downstairs.
I thought that I
What
was...
a tender moment. He's in a pile on the bottom of the floor and he whispers, "I'll fucking kill you," in his ear. Oh, brotherly love.
So I thought that I was onto something, trying to figure out whatever Raven's magic is. So he whispered in his brother's ear, and then he beats the shit out of those two guys for their cards, and he whispers in their ears, and they get up and leave. And I thought that he had some type of power where he can whisper and tell people what to do, kind of like the Scythe card. And then we learn that's not the case.
Correct. I think he's just threatening them with his position of extreme authority.
Yeah, I think so too.
Would be my understanding.
Because she like notes of he whispers in their ears and they get up even though it looks like they couldn't or type of thing. Like, oh, maybe they couldn't, and the Scythe card is making them, like his magic is doing it.
Maybe he's whispering sexy things in there.
They're like, I gotta get out of here.
He's like, who needs a nose tickle?
I forgot about his nose.
Oh. Yeah, he's got the beak.
Yeah.
The raven's beak.
Yeah. Oh, I also noticed at the end of these chapters that instead of saying like God, they say trees.
Always trees.
Yeah.
Even the nightmare does it.
I'm surprised they don't say trees be with you.
I didn't
and
think
also
it
with
was,
you.
I didn't think it was in replacement of God. I took it as replacement of fuck. It was like trees.
Oh, trees. Oh, I guess maybe. He says, trees, I'm sorry.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought it was like, God, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Could
No,
be
I
that
think
too.
you're right. I think it's in replace of trees. I think it's a curse word.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
Yeah, I'm on board.
I was just thinking about it more.
So let's start in chapter 10.
Chapter 10. That's so long ago. What happened in this? Oh, it was right after she noticed that her cousin used the maiden card. And I have to touch on this. Someone in our book club said after our last episode that she thinks that the maiden card is only in use. Like, how do I describe it?
You're only beautiful while you're using the maiden card?
Yes.
Okay.
It is not something you can apply to others and they keep that beauty. Because I was kind of making jokes about, oh, once you hit 18, everyone has to use the maiden card. And I thought it was you were bestowing beauty on yourself, or you could do it to others and they keep that. When really you tap 3 times, put it in your pocket and apply it to yourself, or right?
That's how I thought it worked. I thought it was only, the magic can only affect you. I didn't think you had the beauty. I didn't think you had the ability to grant beauty.
Well,
but I liked where your head was at.
But I thought that you would keep the beauty. So,
well, that's true.
I thought you would tap 3 times, fix your teeth, tap 3 times, turn it off, but you kept your teeth all straight and whatnot.
Oh man, can you imagine how pissed of a dentist would be in this place?
It would be a free healthcare card.
Yeah, it's not 3. Well, at least I don't know about healthcare. Let's not confuse beauty and healthcare.
I would like a beautiful heart to fix my heart condition.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, but it quit working. Well, we could put it in somebody else. They got an ugly one, but...
No, so I think every time that you see Ione, it's because she's tapped the card to leave it on, right? It's like a light switch.
Do you remember Animorphs?
No. You've made this reference to these things before?
Probably in Beetleborgs and...
Beetleborgs, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no,
No,
Animorphs were people that could turn into animals. It was the same kind of idea, but the shifting between them was like shitty vampire, or what is it called? Werewolf, like shitty werewolf shifting.
Oh.
And I imagine it's the same thing where she goes from being ugly to being beautiful, and it's like, rah, and her bones are all cackling and twisting.
No.
Her tits are growing, her mouth is growing, her teeth are pushing together. It's a very fun. And then she clicks the card and her teeth start just pulling apart. And
That'd be so painful.
well, yeah, that's what I'm imagining.
But no, I don't think you keep the beauty. And this was really confirmed when we learned about Raven and his consequences of using his nightmare card for too long. Sounded like once you've used the card too much, it's more you use the card too much in one setting.
No, I think it's cumulative.
The reason I didn't think so is because Raven talks about, well, when I use the card too much, that's when the voice starts.
I thought it was when he had used the card too much. He sometimes hears a voice.
Oh.
Otherwise, the consequences wouldn't be that bad for overusing the cards. You would just stop using them.
Yeah. I think it's too much in one setting. So the mirror card, you're invisible, and then you start seeing dead people. You're like, oh, fuck, I better stop. And then, I don't know, is there a recharge time?
Yeah, it's a refractory period.
Yeah.
I took it as it's cumulative, and once you start to see dead people, you're just going to see dead people.
Every time you use the card?
No, just in general. You're going to see dead people then.
Oh.
You're infected almost.
Oh, you keep this. Oh, so Raven is constantly dealing with negative thoughts.
Yeah, I think that's the actual consequence.
Hmm.
Otherwise, there would be, like I said, no real negative side effect to using the cards until you got these things. You just quit using the cards.
Oh, well, maybe we'll learn more because now I feel like I have more questions and more confused than what I thought I had a moment of like, all right, I solved the cards.
Hey, maybe you did.
Well, I didn't solve it. Someone else did. She was just like, hey, heads up.
Yeah, I could be totally wrong on this.
But anyways, that is where chapter 10 starts, was right after she saw Ione and her using that card. So in chapter 10, Elspeth talks about how much her cousin has changed. She demands Raven explains himself, and he takes her to his room. It's a typical men's room, and books are everywhere. We've had a whole discussion of what we think about his bedroom.
Yep, we won't get back into it.
Raven needs to use his card to call a meeting. I kept asking you, I was like, what is he using the nightmare card for? Because she was having a moment of like talking to the nightmare. Can he accidentally pick up on my thoughts? How do I know he's not going to read my thoughts? And the nightmare is sharing like, oh, he has to focus in on you or something like that. It's put in some effort to listen to your thoughts.
Raven tells her that also.
Oh, okay.
He says, I need to concentrate. And she keeps trying to talk to him. And he's like, bitch, shut up. I'm trying to concentrate. We've been over this.
Yeah. So I wonder if he just hears tons of voices and he has to hone in on one.
Yeah, it's like every superhero movie where they get super hearing.
Yeah,
it drives them nuts, and they got to learn to really hone in on it.
That's exactly how I pictured it. It was just like all this like insanity of all these voices, and then you're just like searching for it makes me think of X-Men with Professor X and how he tries to find the mutants.
You think Raven's got to throw on Cerebro?
He pretty much is, yeah.
That's true. All right, I'm on board with that.
And then like echolocation to find who he's looking for. And then she also tells the nightmare that she highly doubts he knows how these cards work.
Yeah, again, she's just an asshole to him for no reason.
They overhear the physicians outside of his room talking about Emery getting angry. And it's also close to some type of moon-sun event. I don't remember which one.
Equinox.
Oh, yeah, it is equinox currently. That's right. But they need to get all of this done by the winter solstice.
Yes.
That's what it is. Yep, because then they're expecting Emery's not going to make it that long or something.
He's coughing up blood. He's in a bad way.
So Raven offers her the mirror card. The nightmare points out seeing the dead wouldn't be that bad.
Lots of people would love to speak to dead loved ones.
Yeah, I would be kind of freaked out that not only just seeing dead people, but if the dead people around you were dead people you know. I was like, how long have you been following me?
Oh, man. I think it would be so much fun.
I would haunt you.
Good. I would like to be haunted by you. I think I would enjoy being able to talk to dead people, kind of in general. You know what I mean? Like, it would be, what's the downside?
I don't know. I think there would be a lot of downsides, especially which dead people.
No bad dead people.
No bad dead, because we're at a lake.
There's no such thing as bad dead people to talk to.
Oh.
You can be mean. Yeah, you can be mean to them if they were shitty. Like, what are they going to do? Tell another ghost? I mean, who cares? If they're not shitty, you get to learn something.
They could keep haunting you.
I can haunt them. Joke's on them. Not only are they were aware of me the whole time, and they did not affect me. Now I'm aware of them. They should be worried.
It reminded me of the video we just watched where there was this woman who was following an ice truck.
Yes.
They were trying to evade her. How long do you
First of all, let's not call it a nice truck. It was like a small SUV.
Yeah.
I don't know why that always gets under my skin. People are like, it's a truck. I'm like, it's an Expedition or a Suburban. It's calm down.
And she was just like following them. And they're like taking frequent left turns of like, yep, she's following us, and they're doing U-turns. They like cut across multiple lanes, and she is still just on their ass following them.
And trying to evade ICE. Or ICE is trying to evade her, rather. Honestly, she should seek a career in that, though. She tailed him like a
She
pro.
did amazing.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Wait, how did we get here?
You went from ICE.
Oh, you were saying that you would haunt them back.
Oh yeah, no,
That's what it
I think the dead would fear me seeing them. Okay, I think that's how this would go. I can annoy dead people just as well as I can annoy live people.
But she doesn't end up taking the mirror card. She's too scared to touch it. I don't know what she thinks is going to happen, but she's like, I'm not going to fuck around.
She thinks she'll absorb the magic from the card. That's her magic.
Yeah, I know.
She's rightfully a little worried about it, and we kind of learned a little bit of what Raven Yu's got going on.
We don't actually think that's what it is, right?
His magic shuts off certain cards, which is interesting.
Oh yeah, Raven's.
Yeah, that's what
I was talking about. I don't think the nightmare is the nightmare magic only. I think it's the Shepherd King somehow.
I think she would get different parts of the Shepherd King.
Oh.
That's my theory. Is that little pieces of him are locked away in these cards.
Oh, shit.
Boom.
Okay. That makes sense because that is what he was doing. That was the consequence of making the cards. Oh, okay. That's a lot to take in. I'm going to tuck that away and keep moving forward.
Well, each card cost a piece of himself.
Yeah. But she ends up not taking the mirror card and obviously not the nightmare card. I don't even know if that was offered. Doesn't matter. But he ends up using it. He's now invisible, but she can see him because of the cards that he's holding. They run into her aunt, and her aunt was an absolute bitch. They're having this back and forth. And says that Elspeth is just like her infected mother. And Elspeth says her mother's tree will always be standing.
Yeah, she's like, long after you and I are dead and gone, I bet that tree, the spindle tree and the tree thing my dad planted for my mom will still be there. It was a good moment, actually. She stood up for herself well. And then Raven's like, is she always so mean to you? And she's like, she wouldn't have been as mean if she'd have known you were here. I'm like, well, fuck, Raven, why were you invisible for this? Like, that wasn't necessary.
No, it wasn't. But, well, he needed to be invisible. They didn't know they were going to run upon her.
Go to the bathroom, become visible, come back, and interrupt this awful conversation. Come on, Raven.
Just slap her while invisible.
Just pinch her.
Oh, like, yeah. Make her feel like she's going crazy.
Oh, yeah. Just pinch her a little bit on the back. Make her think like there's bugs on her.
Ah, gross. See? You would be a menace.
Yeah, that's it. Dead people are afraid of seeing me. Okay.
Would you be invisible with the mirror card? No, I'm being dumb. The mirror card is what makes you see dead people. Never mind. When I heard this scene, though, with her making the comment about the tree, I was like, oh, shit. Her stepmom's going to cut that tree down.
Yeah, 100%. She's going to George Washington that motherfucker.
That's going to happen. But they have that altercation or whatever you want to call it. Then they enter the room to everyone who's a part of this scheme that she's about to join. And Vanir and Moret Yu are Raven's parents, and they were there. Chapter 11, they're now in this meeting, and she needs to prove that she will not tell on them, and she had to choose a card to be used on her, and the nightmare told her to pick the scythe rather than the truth serum one.
Yeah.
And then obviously she wasn't allowed. Well, not wasn't allowed. It was obvious that the nightmare card was not an option to be used on her because she already made a deal with
She
Raven.
made him promise.
Yeah.
And he was holding to that because he's chivalrous as hell. But the nightmare also drops some lore here. He's like, those fucking cards don't work on me, homie. I do what I want. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, bitch, you don't listen.
She has zero desire to get to know him. And she
doesn't even listen to the things he's saying blatantly.
Every single chapter, he drops a lot of information. She's just like, yeah, whatever. We're moving on. Shut the hell up. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, she's not good at, like, the nightmare is important for lore for us. The nightmare is doing no good for Elspeth.
Not yet. I think that's part of her character growth is going to be her accepting of him being a part of her. I think I see a lot of foreshadowing that she's searching for this cure to get rid of him. And then in the end, she's not going to want to do it.
I think he's going to end up saving her from the king, is my guess. They all get sold out. That's going to be the thing. They're going to collect all but like one of the cards or something. The king's going to have that card. And then the king's going to pull some dubious shit to take their cards because they've got nearly a full deck now.
Yes, they are 3 cards away. They need the Iron Gate with how far we are currently in talking about it. The Iron Gate, the Well card, and the Twin Alders.
And we know where 2 of those cards are.
Yes. And by the end of this, they got the 1. No, they're just about to get it.
They haven't yet procured the Iron Gate.
And then her dad has the Well card.
Yes.
Do you want to do some trivia?
If you want to.
Yeah,
I'm down for anything.
I got quite a few of them from this little batch. And we almost said the answer, or we did say the answer to one of these, but I think it's fine.
Do I get to answer these? I'll ask that first this time.
You need to wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
That's all. Do animals like Elspeth? Yes or no? I had it written as true or false, but...
Do animals like her? True or false? I like that.
I have animals like Elspeth. True or false?
Do 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 do.
The answer is false. They do not like her. What color does the mirror card emanate? The options are emerald, burgundy, orange, or violet.
Do 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 do.
I'm not going to let you go through that whole thing. No. The answer is violet. Burgundy is brought up often, and that's because that's what the mirror card gives off.
Is it?
No, sorry. That's what the nightmare card
There
gives
we go.
off. There we go. What are the names of Raven's parents? The options are Fenrir and Moret, Thorn and Illyra, Garrick and Velis, Reuven and Zilmai.
Reuven Ann? Like he's a southern girl? He got his grandma's middle name. What's his name? Reuven Ann.
Oh, I
He's
see
so
what you're
cute.
saying.
Well, he had his mammy's eyes.
The answer is Fenrir and Moret.
Ooh, I like the way you said that. Little T on the end for Moret was cute.
What does Elspeth receive from her father every name's day?
Abuse. Verbal abuse.
No.
Abandonment issues.
A carved wooden charm, a bundle of sage leaves, pressed lavender sprigs, wild yarrow flowers.
May I answer this one?
Yes, you may.
Go fast. Go, 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 go. Wild yarrow flowers.
Yes. And I think it's only brought up once, maybe. I don't know. Everyone got 100% out of this. If I was not the one coming up with the questions, I wouldn't have gotten this one. It was a really small detail in, I think, chapter 1. What type of tree did Elspeth's father plant the day her mother died? A silver birch tree, a white beam tree, a moonflower vine, a rowan sapling.
Rowan.
A rowan sapling?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Sorry, that's a horse. I don't think that's even a tree.
Oh.
What's the first one again? Give me the first option.
A silver birch tree.
Yeah. No, silver would be cool. It's a white something tree.
It's a white beam tree.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the answer.
Yeah, we got
And that's the one that I think is about to be chopped down. What is the name of Elspeth's stepmother? Esther, Miriam, Magdalene, Tabitha.
Wow, throwing out the biblical names now,
That's
huh?
because I spelled her name wrong the first time from the options.
Well, another little bit of trivia in on this one. We're going to inception this trivia. Adri's Mormon name is...
Miriam.
Miriam.
I think we told that story one time during the Akatar series. I don't know why it came up, but we went to Utah and we went out clubbing and someone came
In
up.
Salt Lake City.
In Salt
Let's
Lake
not call
City.
it clubbing.
Yeah,
We went to a bar in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, it was that version of clubbing, I guess. And someone came up thinking that I was a Mormon girl on a blind date with this dude. He's like, "Oh, are you Miriam?" I was like, "Oh, no." And
He's like, do you want to be?
yeah, he was just like, well, he was like ready to ditch whoever Miriam was. He's like, well, are you Mormon? Would you like to go on a date? Oh, wait, I think he asked.
Are you Mormon? No. Would you like to be?
No, he first asked like, well, would you still want to go on a date? And I was like, oh, no. And he's like, are you sure? Like, are you Mormon though? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, yikes.
At no point was the answer, I'm
Yikes.
here with my husband. It was, I'm sorry, I'm not more Mormon. And he wasn't ditching Miriam, Adri. He was a good Mormon boy. He was going to get 2 in 1.
Yeah.
That's
She's
a little
not-
polygamy joke for the Mormons.
Oh, shit, I didn't pick that up. But anyways, yeah, your sister still sometimes calls me that.
So funny. Also, the evil stepmother's name is Miriam.
Miriam with an N. That's
Oh.
how the mistake happened and why we got so many biblical names as options. Because it was like, what are names similar to Miriam?
And it's like Tabitha.
Yeah.
I don't like what AI has done to the name scope.
What did Elspeth use to try to protect herself from the mist?
A mouth condom.
Nope.
It didn't work. She still got pregnant with magic.
A raven's feather, a rabbit's foot, a blackthorn twig, a crow's foot. We'll give it some time. Do. A crow's foot is the answer.
You jumped in there.
And I had some options, and you were quick to correct how I wrote the question. I thought that everybody had to have a crow's foot. You said that somewhere in the beginning it mentioned any animal body part that fit in your hand.
Yeah, a piece of a critter that fits in the palm of your hand. That's it. That's all it needs to be.
And then with these as my options, nearly all of them fit as what would work.
Yes.
I don't think I have too many others. Maybe one other one. Yeah, one other one. What does Raven call the original Yew Castle? Because he takes her for a walk, they're going through, and they come upon the original Yew Castle, and he calls it is it the ruins, the broken keep, the fallen halls, or the crumbled watchtower?
Now we give it a second. You guys are thinking.
And you actually got this one wrong.
Oh, I've been ratted out. I got this one wrong, guys.
What did you think it was?
I don't remember what I guessed.
You thought it was the broken keep.
Yeah, that would have been a cool name.
Yeah.
But it turns out it's just the ruins.
The ruins.
That sucks.
And I don't know if it's like really a formal name. She was like, "Where are you taking me?" And he's like, "To the ruins. This is the original."
It's got John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell energy and Step Brothers. What are you doing? I'm burying you. That's what it makes me think of. Where are you taking me? The ruins.
But I like going through and putting the trivia questions a little sooner with the options rather than I was trying in the past to save all of the trivia questions until the end of our book club. So like a month later to try to let everyone get through it. But in some ways I kind of like posting them as I think of them or as I catch them. But
I like what you've done.
But we're in chapter 11. She needs to prove to them.
Bankruptcy.
Oh my God, no.
I couldn't let it go.
She ends up choosing the scythe card. And in this, we somehow learned that the father had his second wife and kids before she got the fever. And that her dad has been paying her uncle to take her.
Wait, we didn't...
They were somehow asking like these baseline questions of her family stuff, but I made sure to note this because you and me were back and forth on the order of when did dad get with the stepmom, and he has stepmom and the kids before she got the fever. I don't know if she was living with them. Yeah, she had to have been living with them. She got the fever, they sent her away and have been paying her uncle to keep her.
It's like that song, Fever.
What?
It's not like that song at all.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
They ask what else her magic can do, and she's really struggling with this answer, and so she has the nightmare take over. When the nightmare takes over, though, I thought her eyes looked like yellow cat eyes.
To those who perceive it, yes.
Oh.
Seems to be the case. Only certain people seem to pick up on it.
Right. Emery did, and Jesper did.
Yes.
I like Jesper.
Jesper is the mod of this book.
Yes, but in this book, there must be a lot of sexism because Jesper seems to have a focus on defying what the expectations of women are. Because it's noted many times she has short hair, she doesn't wear dresses, and her mom kind of points this out, or her drinking. And I think I interpreted that to be very not feminine type of thing, and her mom didn't like this. But then it didn't make sense because they just passed it around and then gave it to Elspeth. And they're like, take a swig so I'm not the only drunk one here.
Also, one swig of wine's going to get you hammered. Get out of here, you lightweight bitch.
I'm the lightweight.
I know. One swig of wine, Adria, I expect more from you.
But I really like Jesper. And it just seems like she is really trying to remove herself from being very feminine. I don't know. Maybe I'm not explaining myself well. But I like to hope that people know what I'm trying to say.
I think you're making it clear. I don't necessarily think that sexism is like this huge thing going on in this book. I think it's more so showing a product of its time, right? There's still knighthood and all of these things going on. Women are more rare in that, but not only is she in that job, she's also a proper lady. She's the eldest daughter of some House U, right? So her expectation would have been to have been married off into another royal family or noble family, and they would have...
Oh, I'm under the impression that she's also not straight.
Yeah, and I think that may be the case, but so far it hasn't been shown to us in any sort of negative light other than her mom's like,
you're
we have
right.
people coming over. Fucking
Let's
don't
not
dress like a
drink.
shitty stable boy and let's not get drunk at 9 a.m.
I mean, I would say that's reasonable
That's
standards.
exactly what I'm saying. Is I don't think it's coming off like her mom dislikes that she's not overtly feminine. I think her mom is like, hey, let's show some decorum.
Okay, I think that's better because I was probably putting too much weight onto how the aunt, not her aunt, her stepmother was talking about Jesper and like earlier. And then
Yes.
coupled with how her mom was in this scene, I was like, oh, okay. No, I think that these are two separate,
Yes, I
very
would
separate
agree.
things. Yeah. And if not, we're going to pretend that it is.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm on board.
But back into the interrogation, they ask her about her magic. The nightmare takes over.
First of all, they tested by having her hit herself.
Yeah, and laughing. It
Well,
was maniacal.
Yeah, that
Like,
guy's a dick. We learned that through all of these chapters. He's an asshole.
yeah.
But
Do you think he's going to turn on him later? Or do you think he's just like,
I think he's probably feeding the king some information, is my guess. Or it's somebody
that's
that
his
they
dad.
actually trust. What? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But, I mean, from their perspective, he'd be feeding the king information. Not operating in the capacity of his father. He's operating in the capacity of a king is what would fuck them up.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would just be somebody telling their father something. That wouldn't be important.
No.
Their father has to be the king for this to matter.
So you think that him being an asshole in these scenes is a little bit more than just, haha, like, just having fun?
I think it can be foreshadowing, but I think the other side is this may be a misdirect. Maybe he is actually a good dude, and it's somebody else within their group that we don't expect that's actually feeding the king information, which I think might be the doctor. You know what I'm talking about? The physician.
Thought they had a physician that was another sibling.
No, there's a physician, and he's like, you won't tell anybody, right? He's like, I am bound to uphold the law.
Oh, yeah,
sir.
that guy. Yeah.
And if that guy's so honor-bound, I think the king kind of supersedes whatever that guy's got going on.
When the nightmare took over, he's like sharing that this magic doesn't work on me. And she says no other magic that she has. Raven is like eyeing her like, okay, then how did you kick my ass? And Elms. And she's just like, I've just been training in the woods. That's why the animals don't like her.
Yeah. I've been kicking squirrels for years.
But yeah, she says that she trained herself to fight. They ask her for her help to find the cards. They have plans to use the king has plans to use the little brother for the black blood. The goal is to cure the infection and use someone else's blood, which we later learn is a physician very close to the king, who is able to spot individuals who are infected. Whether it's true or not, he has been the reason for the killings.
Yes.
And she said dozens of children. I was expecting hundreds of children.
Appears to be a pretty small kingdom.
Yeah, I'm finding out that it was really rare to get infected.
Yeah, I mean, enough so that they have to have 11 people on staff.
Would you say
To murder.
78 infected individuals?
Dun, dun, dun. And only children.
Well, her mom was infected.
True. Maybe she was infected when she was a child.
A child bride.
Well, the other thing is it's later brought up how insanely rare it is to be an infected adult and not be sick.
Yeah.
Because that's why Raven values her.
Oh, why?
He says, you have no idea how special you are, blah, blah, blah,
Oh.
because of this infection.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
I thought the adulthood thing was because you got infected and you made it into adulthood. It's rare because they usually catch you before then.
No, I think they die off like his brother.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah.
I'm here to help.
Still very confused. Near the end of chapter 11, the nightmare asks her who says that you need to be cured. And this is one of those moments that I think he's trying to get her to realize, like, there's nothing wrong with you. And she's obviously not seeing it, but I'm hoping by the end of this book, she does come to that realization. Chapter 12, the dinner for the...
Schmucks. Got it.
dinner for the equinox party just finished up above them. Everybody's moving out to the garden for dancing and drinking. The council, the group right there with Raven's parents,
Yep,
all
the
of
whole
them, right?
group.
They're all discussing their thoughts without her. the nightmare's just like, you should put your ear to the door and like listen to them. She's like, what? No. All right. Yeah, fine. And she tries to call out the nightmare for not telling her that the cards don't work on him. But he says it's not his fault. Her feeble mind didn't pick up on it sooner because he's been telling her.
It is one of the moments where you like the nightmare.
Yes.
Because he is calling out her bullshit where he's like, bitch, everything I do tell you, you just kind of disregard anyway. So why don't you figure it out?
So she ends up eavesdropping. Moret used the prophet card, and that's where they knew that Elspeth, someone that they would need, was going to be on that highway when Raven and Elm held her at knife point. Oh, and what did you think?
Terrifying knife point.
Yeah. You were ridiculous. What did you think about when she brings up this trauma later of being held at a gunpoint?
See, it would have been scarier.
and there were no guns then.
Magic
at knife point. And he's like, I spent days there waiting for you in hopes that you would come by again so I could apologize or something like that.
Well, it's a stupid idea from a guy who's the king of knights. Yeah, whatever. He's the captain of the knights that prosecute these people. He should have some basic understanding of how people work.
He just knew it was a beautiful lady who he just got his ass kicked by. He was like, I gotta find this girl. And so he just hung out for there.
He waited at the same spot that they captured her at last time. Why would she go back there?
Why would she go back?
That's insane to me.
A really great point. Because so you get held up at knife point, and the guy who did it is still lingering there, which validates the fear of not going back because he could still be there, which he was.
Yeah, this makes no sense at all to me. Absolutely zero sense.
Oh my God, that would be so scary. You see the same man in the trees. And you're like, fuck, I just need to get to my dad's house. All right. Oh, I'm a little bummed. I thought it was cute.
Sorry. It is adorable. It's just equally as dumb as she is.
I thought it was adorable.
They're both so stupid.
They're young.
They're not that young.
Young enough. But after the dinner upstairs, they're talking. She eavesdrops, calls out the nightmare.
Raven opens the door and is like, you fucking child.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, do you think that Emery touched his mother's prophet card and that's why he's going crazy?
Potentially he overused the prophet card? I don't know. Whatever it is he did is also a problem.
Yeah. Their plan is for Elspeth to go to the Yew Castle so Raven can court her. Quote from Jesper, you don't have to woo her. And that would be so painful to hear.
Well, the idea is it would just be for the outsiders to see.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, ew, gross.
Ew, girls.
She's disgusting. I don't like her.
He was not.
That's basically what he said. He said the idea of courting her was disgusting to him.
No, that's not what he said. He said that he wouldn't be any good at it.
No, I'm pretty sure he said that it's disgusting that you would suggest that.
No, I'm going to disagree with you.
Well, she later calls him out on it. She said,
does.
if the idea of basically dating me is gross to you, and that's when he later apologized.
Yeah,
but he did at one point say, ew.
He did not say ew.
He did.
He said something hurtful.
Yeah, like gross. That's what he said.
But yeah, he comes out, they're talking, they talk about how they will both try to make this work. They need to hang out for an hour at the party so the plan can work, which is cute. Like, oh, we're going to have to put on a show for everyone. We better hold hands.
Okay. All right.
And we learn that the infection is rare. And before they go out to the party, though, he takes her to go see Emery, who is dying. And they need to be done by winter solstice for the darkest night. And his magic will flare. And when they get to the room, Emery is gone. Chapter 13, while they're looking for Emery, they ran into the king. I don't really know what happened with the king. It was just
King's like, hey, it's weird that you're here. I haven't run into you yet, but I heard you were here. And she's like, yeah, I decided to leave my hole. And he's like, okay, well, hope to see more of you. Toodaloo.
She spots Emery in this huge crowd. Raven just ditches her. Did you catch this? So it's him and her walking out into what I'm assuming is like this courtyard with a bunch of drunk people dancing. And she's like, there's your brother. I see Emery. And then Raven just leaves her. Two drunk men now, where she's all by herself, knock her down.
Adri, I think you're conflating some things that are happening. Yes, that does happen. He goes to save Emery because Emery started a fight.
Yeah.
his brother went to go make sure his other brother doesn't get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And so nobody finds out that he's a Looney Tune.
But he didn't hold her hand and bring her with.
Well, no, he was kind of in a hurry to go make sure his brother wasn't going to die.
So
and he figured we're at a castle, not a rave. Perhaps she is safe here.
I guess I was picturing a rave-like scene. The amount of people dancing, really crammed pack. They're just all in these, like, I don't know what
You're picturing this as a mosh pit?
A mosh pit style
like
rave.
Like a 15th century mosh pit.
Yeah, and rather than glow sticks, they have lightning bug necklaces.
They wouldn't keep lighting if you string through them. I like where your head's at. That's a much cooler idea than what I had going on. I pictured it like just a dance kind of thing where there's drunk people. You know what I mean?
Well, I think this is coming from, she's by herself. She gets knocked down. Elm picks her up, uses his scythe card to, like, part the waters Moses style of people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess I was picturing a really jam-pack of dancing.
I think there are a lot of people. That's hence why I don't believe him trying to get her to go with is in the best interest of making sure your brother doesn't get murdered.
Okay.
And again, it's at a castle. These are not all like the ruffians of everywhere.
All right.
Gathered. It seems like this was by invitation only.
True.
Party at the king's house. Well, make sure my girlfriend doesn't get murdered, or go make sure my brother is in the process of being beaten up.
Okay. All right. That's
and then Emery continues to talk shit. His brother goes over, saves him. She's like, Elm, should we go help? And Elm's like, no, he's had a bad day. Let him enjoy this. And he beats those guys up, even though they're using magic cards.
So Emery was getting his ass kicked because he was stealing coins.
Yeah, he stole money.
Why was he doing this shit? Just for fun?
Yeah, I think so. Pickpocket.
Little nutty.
But then he brings up, he's like, aha, it's a family trait because they're out thieving cards.
Oh, shit. Okay. And we learn Emery can easily read people and that Raven is infected too.
Yep.
This is the second time we hear of Raven. This is where I thought I was onto something, where we hear of Raven whispering something into someone's ear. And this time they handed over their eagle cards to him after he whispered in their ears. That's why I thought he had some type of magic with whispering.
Suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he does.
Something like the scythe card magic or something. But instead his magic is the inability to use cards?
Well, for some reason, certain cards don't work. I think that has to do with his magic. I don't believe that is his magic.
Oh.
I believe he's also immune to certain cards, is the idea.
So he wasn't being fully truthful with her? Boys.
She isn't being fully truthful with him either.
Fair.
Girls.
I think she even says that when she was like being really hard on it. She's like, nah, to be fair, I'm also keeping a secret of a 500-year-old beast in my mind. And she just outright asked him, she was like, when you start using the nightmare card too much, do you hear like a voice?
It's like
man?
I hear a tapping.
Yeah. And that it ended up being his own voice. I thought that it was the same voice in her head initially. Yeah, I think that was the intention of how it was written, but for a moment she was being pretty open, direct. He's like, it's a little weird you're asking these questions again. Ooh, chapter 14 is what we're going into. We get a chapter, little snippet thing about the Shepherd King sacrificing everything to create the 12 cards, but unable to use any.
I believe because he is being trapped, different parts of him, in these cards. That's my understanding.
Okay. She says, quote, I know what you are to Raven. And that's how they got the whole conversation started about.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, it wasn't that much of a secret. I'm infected. How'd you not pick up on this?
And I think the king knows that he's infected also.
Yes. And the Raven brings up that, or maybe it was Elm. I don't know. Somebody brings up, like, you'd be shocked by the company the king keeps.
Yeah. They're all infected people with magic that he deems fit for use.
Yep.
And everyone else must die because he doesn't, I'm assuming, that actually just doesn't want it used against him. But I'm not understanding the first Rowan king and the relation to all these cards. It was something about there are only 2 documents or 2.
That is the Shepherd King.
Wait, you think the Shepherd King is the first Rowan king?
Yeah, I believe so. That's how kingdoms work, usually. It's
Aww.
inherited. First Rowan King was either the son of the Shepherd King or he was the Shepherd King.
Pisses me off how sometimes I don't put 2 and 2 together. That makes sense. I just thought that was just some dude, like, I was picturing like some like foresty, wizardy like dude who just calls himself the Shepherd King. And he's like had like this relationship with the spirit of the wood.
They just raise sheep together.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I have to be spoon-fed details.
Well, I would say there's also some poetry to him being called the Shepherd King. A shepherd is meant to guide a flock, and the thing that is a blight on society is a mist that they can't see through.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad I'm reading this with you.
Poetry.
Damn it, you've dropped a lot. I wish that we talked about this sooner. Damn.
And none of it means anything, I promise.
So they have their conversation. The king knows, and we learn that Raven can't use the cards, nor can they be used on him. Oh, so that's kind of where the magic is. None of those cards can be used against him, except for the mirror and nightmare card. His sister interrupts, and I don't know, I should have wrote down more. What do you remember what the sister showed up about?
No.
Damn it. They hold hands to pretend to court, and they escape the area by dancing.
They dance their way out of there.
And she's like, do we really need to be dancing?
He's like, I just learned the jitterbug, baby. Get ready.
No. And then he whispers in her ear something, and this was me realizing my profound moment of like the whispering is probably nothing. So whatever.
Wouldn't it be funny if he was like breakdancing and she was just hyping him up as they walk away? That'd be awesome. He's just doing the worm out of there and she's just following, just like, woo, yeah.
We recently,
and that's how they escape.
We recently watched White Chicks with her daughter.
Yes.
And they do the little dance. And I really want to learn that
This
dance.
speech is my recital. I think it's very vital.
Oh, what is A Knight's Tale where they do like modern music in that style?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Same thing.
If there's to be a movie of this book, it would be amazing if it was done in A Knight's Tale style.
I think A Knight's Tale is basically this book with Cinderella in it.
Cinderella, is she? Yeah.
And Harry Potter a little bit.
Oh.
The Nightmare is Dumbledore. I don't know the Harry Potter books very well.
Isn't Dumbledore a bad guy in the end?
No, I think Dumbledore is still a good guy. I think the bad guy also turned into a good guy.
Somebody didn't.
The magic professor.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Dumbledore's a bad guy.
I refuse to believe that nonsense.
That's what happens when you start a few books or when you end too early.
Well, when they first started coming out, they were fun, and then everybody read them, and then they weren't fun anymore. And then J.K. Rowling committed hate crimes, so now I can't go back and see what it's about.
We actually should cut all that. We don't support her.
We can leave this in. I think we left it pretty obvious if we don't support her.
So anyways, they dance the night away. Emery points at her to be wary of the voice that calls in the night, and then he pukes blood. This little moment where he reads her to be wary of the voice in the night, is that intended to be the voice that's literally in her head and to be wary of him?
Potentially, or as they're adventuring. Yeah, you know what? I think it is. I think it's going to be the nightmare.
Chapter 15. It's the carriage ride to the Castle U. Raven walked her to her room. How cute. He apologized for being closed off, and she jabbed him where it hurt, saying that they don't have to pretend here.
Yeah, and also she speaks to her aunt, I believe.
No, she doesn't. They don't have phone calls there.
No, she hadn't. I thought she spoke to her aunt before she went to the castle.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, and her aunt's like, I'm going to be so fucking lonely without you guys.
Oh, no. That was a letter her aunt wrote.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's sad. All right, never mind.
It was really sad.
Right, I forgot. You're right. That was a letter.
But in here, he was just bringing her to her room. And I think she's really tired. She's exhausted. She's in her room. And then she wakes up and she sees this painting on the wall. And it's of the Shepherd King. And the nightmare's obviously being like quiet in the background. While she's like, the space is so familiar. Like, I don't understand. And so she's just like sitting, what I'm imagining, in the dark, staring off. And all of a sudden, Jesper just walks in unannounced. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Are you just sitting there?
Yeah, Jesper is funny as a character because that's kind of our comic relief.
I adore her.
Yes, I agree.
And she brings in her luggage and she brings a letter from her aunt. And that's when we get the letter from the aunt where her poor aunt lost essentially both of her daughters.
Yes.
In one night.
And her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just left there with two babies. She's got two young boys.
Yeah, because the betrayal of your husband for selling off your daughter, but I don't...
He's also living at the castle. He is literally physically removed. Yes.
Oh, in the betrayal of keeping that card. Well, and I think I might be a little harsh on the selling of your daughter. It was more not consulting your wife because dowries seem to be normal in this world at this time. And it was just a lack of communication with your spouse about making that decision without you.
Still a dick move.
Again, the sexism or whatever.
I think you guy's an asshole.
Okay. Raven's not like the other boys. He's going to consult with his partner.
Yeah. As soon as he's done keeping the secrets he's currently keeping, he's going to be better than the other men also keeping secrets.
I guess I can't really say they're not in a relationship because technically they are in a relationship, but does he owe her the commitment even though it's a fake relationship? Gets complicated.
They're really business partners in a crazy business that involves them robbing nobles in the kingdom.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Do I think it's as bad? No. Is it something that we could cure real quick? Yeah, you're already trusting them enough to think that they're not going to turn you into the king. Why are we keeping more secrets? Be open, people.
I'm thinking about her aunt some more.
Yeah, it's
Poor
sad.
aunt.
Yeah.
Because, like, every time that you do go see your biological daughter, I'm sure, like, if I had that card and every time I'm using the card, I look like a supermodel and then...
Baby, you look like a supermodel with or without the card.
Why, thank you. I don't think that I would ever quit. Like, how do you quit using that card? Unless it was...
Tap it 3 times or let somebody else touch it.
I don't think...
You don't think you would quit?
I don't think so.
Model all the time?
Yeah, like how do you stop looking like the version of you that like, oh wow, you know, like, and so every time her mom goes to see her, it's not the version of your daughter that you know. And then every time you see her, her personality is shit because she's been using the card for too long.
I think that's definitely going to be true. So wait, the way that you thought the magic negative effects worked before is if you quit using that card, you gain a personality again?
Yeah, that is what I was thinking.
Oh.
Now I'm starting to think that maybe you're just stuck with the consequences of overusing it.
Yeah, I think that's the case. This was my selling point. The long con.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got you there.
So you're just either a beautiful shitty person or an ugly shitty person. Well, not ugly. I don't think she was ever.
Also, I don't think she was really a shitty person before.
No,
but
but I'm sure she's going to overuse the card.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course. I would not feel compelled to use the card all that much.
But we can already tell that this character does.
Yeah,
She's
I
seen her
agree.
2 times.
Earlier, you said you would not stop using it. I was just sharing my thoughts on whether or not I would use it, I guess.
You're right.
I wasn't arguing whether or not she's using the card too much. Yeah, definitely. Her cousin is gone. She's done. She got a taste of being beautiful and royal, and she's never going to let that go. Now, to be fair, she was probably going to turn into a shitty person anyway because she was going to have too much power and influence. So at least this way, she's just bland.
Oh.
I'd rather deal with a bland, shitty person than a shitty person that's got a lot of energy.
Overall, her poor aunt.
Yes.
And this is where we get the line that I see quoted often, where her aunt warns her to be careful because there's a lot of old magic in that castle, and to be wary, be clever, and be good. While talking to Jesper, she thought her eyes looked yellow. They were invited to eat with the Pines to steal the iron card.
They invited the Pines to eat with them.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yep. And that's when we get into chapter 16. We talked a little bit about this scene where it's Moret, Jesper, and Elspeth, and they're waiting for their guests to arrive. Jesper had been drinking, and she hates dresses, and Elspeth takes a swig of the wine.
Yep, now everybody's hammered because it's magic wine. She's like, it's too strong for morning wine.
Oh,
but I'll take a swig.
If I must. And then I think she has Jesper or someone. She's just like, is anyone else coming with us? And she's just like, do you mean Raven? No, he's out of town. What's he up to? Do you know?
He had to go back to the castle.
Oh.
For work. She's like, oh, he never gets to rest. He's always working so hard.
Then the Pine Girls show up and they talk a lot. They're interrupting and very
obnoxious.
Yes.
Which is fun because it's brought up that they're oversharers, which is handy for what they have going on.
And during their conversation, I love that the Nightmare just has a moment of a groan and he's like, death by 1,000 cuts.
He's like, you said this would be dangerous, not torture.
They ask about Ione, and she mentions that she has a maiden card, and they're obviously very jealous of this, as she smoothly asks if their father has any rare cards for their dowry.
So smooth. She starts off smooth and gets progressively less smooth.
Well, it's more smooth than I could ever be.
Well, no. I mean, her secondary questioning is. They're
Oh.
like, oh, I doubt it. They're like, oh, where does he keep the cards?
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, see, you were doing great, and now we're not.
I would just assume they're either on him or they're not. And
They are always on him.
Yeah.
Turns out that was the answer, and these girls are just as ridiculous as our main character. Not smoothly asking the question, they answer this rough question.
We learned that he has a prophet and an iron gate card. The nightmare seems to like the stone walls because after their dinner, they're like walking around. I think Moret is taking her to a room with Fenrir, and there's something about the stone walls. That was very odd to me. Raven's father, Fenrir, shows her a tome with 2 alder trees on it, and I think that is the Alders book.
It's the Book of Alders,
Yes.
but it's an older copy than the one her aunt has.
Oh.
And the nightmare straight up brings up to her. He's like, oh, it only had a window because that's all she ever wanted. And she's like, who's she? He's like, the Lady of the Forest or whatever.
Yeah, that's later in the old castle.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Right
Never
now,
mind.
he
You're
was
right.
just like reading little passages out of the book, and it's kind of something I thought we've heard several times of saying what they need to do. They need to collect all the cards and use black blood in order to cure the infected.
No. To cure the mist. To cure the
Yes.
land, basically.
But there's some cost to it.
Yeah, and this is where it's brought up that that's what the brother will be used for.
Yeah, and she asked, well, who are you guys going to use? As she should be asking, because if it's not Emery, that was the king's plan. Who are you going to use?
Is it going to be me?
Is it going to be me?
Yeah.
And they obviously aren't going to choose Raven, and it ends up being the top physician. His last name is Willow. I didn't catch his full name, but I caught
We'll just call him Dr. Willow.
Dr. Willow. He can spot others who are infected. They will use his blood if they can find all the cards. And he wears like this metal claw hand.
Okay. A gauntlet?
Yeah. Right? Do you remember this?
I don't, but I kind of do.
Okay.
I don't remember it in any more detail than that.
Okay. They still need the well card, the Iron Gate, the Twin Alders card, and she shares that she knows someone who owns the well card.
They kind of already knew that her dad did.
Did they?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah, because wasn't that
It
why
was
they were...
One of the questions they asked while she was under the influence of a scythe, I believe, is
Yeah.
where does your father keep his well card?
Gotcha. And that was part of, like, the stalking her on the road, maybe?
And she was like, I don't fucking know.
Chapter 17, Elspeth is out in the garden with the wildflowers. We talked about that garden a little bit, that it's very unkept, chaotic.
Yeah, it's meant for bees.
Yeah, it's like like a little bee sanctuary.
Yeah. Mr. U is beekeeping age.
And while she's out there, she cuts herself again on a rose bush or like a rose of some kind. And Raven not comes upon.
Whoa, a rose bush. How dare he?
No, he like shows up behind her and like startles her. And he takes out his sword and she's a little scared of it for a minute. And he gets like a clean cut of the flower. And he grabs it with his rough hand so it doesn't hurt him. And he offers it to her. And I don't think she accepts the first time. I think he has to offer a second time.
Yeah, I think that's right. Also, how is she so bad at being around flowers? Can you imagine? We've seen her in a garden twice.
She's got stabbed.
Both times she's been stabbed. I'm like, ma'am, don't touch the hot stove. What the hell is wrong with you?
I like the way that he has permission from her in this book. He's done it a few times. The way that he is getting consent feels so much more natural. I think in the last book that we read, I was kind of joking that it was a little bit of a vampire rules of...
Yes.
May I enter into you?
May I enter you?
This book, it feels a lot more natural of getting consent of like...
It does. It seems chivalrous,
Yes.
not over the top.
Yeah. So I really like his character.
And to be fair, she is ornery enough that he needs to be asking for consent. She is not always saying yes.
True.
So therefore,
Well,
the fact that he keeps checking in is probably good.
yeah. Then he asks if she would like a tour, and she's like, okay, sure. But rather than going like back inside the castle, which is where I thought they were going, I had to replay this a few times. I'm like, why are we going out into the forest and into the mist? You're like, do you want to tour the place? So you're just like, we're going to go out into the scary part of the woods and the mist, to the point that she's like, I need my crow's foot. And she's like getting it all ready. And he's like, you don't need that.
We're already infected.
Exactly.
What are you going to do? Get double infected? Shut up, idiot.
And I think that was just one of those moments where she needs to accept, like, you are infected.
Yes.
And she's just like, I think wants to feel normal.
I think she's used to pretending to be normal.
Yeah, that's a good take.
And at a certain point, he's like, you can quit pretending. It's just you and me.
Yeah.
You can be yourself.
Oh, that's so cute.
Now let's each of us just keep one really closely important guarded secret. And never share it with each other until after we should have.
So they go for their little walk, which is cute and adorable, in the mist, and they came upon the ruins. And I think there was only one room standing left. It was like this little chamber with a doorless chamber with a black window. And the nightmare was really eager and excited and really wanted to go into that room. And it took every part of her being to
restrain that.
Yeah, to not listen to him and go the other direction. And the whole time she's having this battle, I guess Raven's just like chattering away, clueless of the internal battle going on with her next to him.
Yeah, and this is one of the moments where, again,
Yes.
you definitely know who the nightmare is in her head. She's like, the fuck is going on? He's like, oh, that was the Witch of the Woods' room. She's like, why would she only want one window? He's like, she was a simple woman. That's all she ever wanted.
It didn't make sense. I guess when I heard it, I thought that there was like, that's all she ever needed or required. I didn't know it was all she needed or required for her to stay in. I thought it was like some type of spell for him to escape her mind, but I don't think he wants, does he want to leave?
No, he wants to be in control, I think.
Oh shit, that's not good.
Well, it's just an idea. I could be wrong.
Well, he keeps trying to get her to accept that she's not broken, that there's no cure that's needed.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be exorcised.
So yeah, I don't think I understand this room. Because yeah, he took her to a doorless stone chamber with a dark window, and it's the last standing room. The nightmare begged her to go to it, saying that was all the spirit of the wood required. And that was it.
Yeah.
And then we learned that when Raven uses the nightmare card for too long, he hears his voice relaying his worst fears. It just sounds like depression.
Poop in your pants in the king's court. Everybody can smell it.
No.
Doesn't matter how you walk, they're going to notice.
And he also heard the clicking and scratching.
Yes.
They are going to go to the Black Forest to steal the Iron Gate card, and she doesn't know how to use a knife.
That's where the ham comes from.
The Black Forest ham? It took me a minute. But I thought we were going to get like this fight scene when he's like, do you know how to use a knife? And she's like, oh, no.
He throws one at her and she catches it just before it hits her face. And he's like, interesting. I caught you in a lie.
So I thought we were going to get like the cute fight scene where they fight together. So he trains her up. And no, we didn't get that. It's just her going inside to go put on some pants.
Well, yeah, at a certain point, you're like, we have a mission tonight. What am I going to be able to teach her tonight? Maybe instead we just try to get her cloaked a little.
Yeah. They go to the armory at the end of chapter 17. They meet up with the Highwayman crew.
Yeah.
Plus Jesper.
Ocean's
and
11.
Elspeth. In chapter 18, they're all in the armory. She needs to get dressed in leggings, and she hates it. She's never been in leggings before.
Yes, that is correct. Also, I find it odd because, so she's never been on horses. She's never been in leggings. What is she doing?
Well, this is like, where
how is she spending her free time?
I don't know. It reminds me of the Pride and Prejudice thing, though, where they are learning how to play piano, learning how to draw, learning how to read and write, learning how to sew, all those things. Those don't require animals or fighting.
All right, you win that round. All I'm pointing out is she's not a gardener.
No.
She gets cut on every damned thorned bush ever. I don't know. This woman, she's not my favorite so far.
I think she's sweet, and
I think she's necessary.
She's out of her element.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to find what the hell her element is. I mean, what do you do well?
She packs around the nightmare. That's what she does great at.
Oh, that's fair.
And we need him.
Yeah, we do.
And when she comes out in her leggings in this whole outfit, Raven loved it. He's like looking her up and down, and he's blushing. You can see her ass, and he's like, damn.
Think about the amount of bush in this bad boy.
What?
You ever think about that? Everybody's got crazy bush.
Yeah, nobody would be shaving then.
Yeah. Every crazy bush, and he looks at that bulge, and he's like, hell yeah, brother.
Bulge?
Well, it's a crazy bush.
Whoa, no. What?
Thick and forested.
I know.
What? Nobody's dethatching those woods.
They have shears. I would assume.
And she trims it?
Yeah.
Gives herself like a little, she's like, okay.
She better be trimming also.
Business on the top, party on the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. No.
I just imagine that these leggings are also made of leather.
Ooh. Okay. I like it.
So sweaty.
Black leather, but it's like real leather, so it's actually water wicking, sweat wicking.
Yeah, it's still going to smell.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, it's nighttime. It's cool outside.
Do you think? No, never mind. Nope, it'll get complicated. I'm not getting into this. All right, fair enough. They're all wearing pants, and he likes to see her wearing pants.
Yeah, he likes it.
Yeah.
He's starting to fall for her. Hard.
He's... Okay. Yeah, by the logic of these books, he's deeply in love.
But, yeah, it's only been like a week, maybe, since they've been hanging out, right?
Since they've met?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 1 week.
Yeah, but how early did you, like, start crushing on me?
I crushed on you real early.
Yeah,
Like,
see?
within the first few minutes.
Saw me in those jeans.
It was a selling point, I won't lie. You're not wrong.
They're going to ride horses to get where they're going. And she immediately is like, this is not going to work. We're like, what did you expect us to do?
That is my favorite part, where they call her out. They're like, the fuck did you think? We're going to walk? That far? Don't be dumb. And they're like, we can get her a carriage. And then luckily Elm or somebody's like, motherfucker, they will hear us coming from a mile away if we throw a carriage on this bad boy.
But in her world, she's only wore dresses or skirts, right? I think she was in a dress before she got into jeans. She's not riding horses, nor would she be. She'd be in carriages or walking.
First of all, you can ride a horse with a dress.
You can, but it makes sense, like, she does not have this experience.
I would agree. And also animals hate her. So
They hate her.
sticking her on a 1,500-pound animal, probably not the greatest idea.
So what do you think of the scene where the nightmare was kind of fucking with the horse a little bit by hissing?
I liked it, honestly. I liked that the nightmare was doing stuff. In general, I like the nightmare. But the nightmare was more just, I think, showing her that the horse isn't wrong for being afraid.
Yeah.
We are a monster. The horse should be a little concerned. And we have strange magic. That's got to fuck with him a little.
Yeah.
But then she clung on to Elm.
Well, okay, so she gets on the horse. The horse then kicks her off, reasonably. She's gasping for air. Raven picks her up. He's like, actually checks in on her. He's like, are you actually okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to be fine. He's like, well, what we're going to have to... They come up with all these ideas. None of them are going to work. He's like, well, our best plan right now is for you to ride with the most experienced rider. And she's like, well, who is that? And then cuts to next scene. She's on the back of a horse with Elm.
And Elm's a dickhead, which is
Yes.
kind of fun. Where when she gets off, he's like, Jesus Christ, it was like wearing a corset. She was squeezing me so tight. And then he's like looking at his buddy and he's like, she was really squeezing.
Oh, no. Did he
Yeah.
really do this?
I don't think so.
No, I don't
It
think
would have
so
been
either.
funnier,
It
though.
would have been
If he'd
funny.
have just looked at Raven and been like, God, I think I still got her handprints all over my abs. And he just tore his shirt open and he'd have been yoked.
What a dick. That does seem like something Elm would do, though.
100%. It's something I would do. It'd be very funny.
So they make it to their little lookout spot, wherever they're going to do. She was given a knife and a mask. And when she saw Raven put on his mask, it was like a bandana or whatever, a black one. She is reminded of when he tried to rob her and she has a moment. So he takes it off immediately.
He's like, it's just me. She has no object permanence. It's like playing peekaboo with a baby. He's like, where did I go? Where did I go? And he pulls the mask down. He's like, there I am. She's like, oh, thank God. Where did you go? This strange man showed up and he pulls it up. She's like, oh my God, no. Who's this strange man? And then he pulls it down and she's like, oh, thank God you're back. You wouldn't believe this strange man was here.
No. Well, this is when we get the scene that he's just like, I am so deeply sorry for obviously what I put you through. And then I
Hold the knife that I held at your throat.
here you take it. And he tells you that he was hanging out at that spot for 3 days, I think.
Yeah, because he's
looking
a
for her.
dummy. In 3 days, it did not occur to him that maybe we traumatized this girl.
And she's just like, I'll forgive you if you start calling me Elspeth. Because I think he's been calling her Miss Spindle.
Yes, which I understand where they're coming from. I think this is a trope of that time, right? Where you needed a certain familiarity with people. You like the way I did that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, familiarity. I've done it twice. Anyway, with people to use their first name. So I'm assuming that's kind of what's going on.
Is she calling Has she been calling him by his name this whole time?
I think she has, and then she's been using nicknames too.
Oh.
But I
haven't
don't
been
think
paying
she's
attention.
addressed him
I don't
specifically
think
by
so.
name very much. She talks about him more than to him.
She has so many conversations with the Nightmare that I don't pick up on. Yeah. I don't know.
But no, you're right. She calls him Raven all the time.
Yeah.
She says Raven in lieu of Mr. U might become complicated when you're around 4 of them.
Captain you.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
Captain me. Captain us.
The whole who's on first, what's on second.
I really enjoy that bit. They should have done that in this book.
No.
Just with the U's. Hey, you. What? That would have been fun.
Overall, I think it's a great set of chapters. I'm still intrigued. We're 50% of the way.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I'm looking forward to the plot moving forward exponentially in the next few chapters.
Ooh, I don't think so. I think it's we get a little bit of a lull. I'm seeing a pattern
I think we're in the lull.
Oh, I disagree. I think the 50 to 75% is usually a little bit of a focus on relationship stuff. And then the last 25% is really speeding through the plot.
The gesture she just made was vulgar.
No.
Was really, and then she showed pounding.
Pounding through the plot.
The plot. Slapping cheeks. Or whatever. Is it slapping cheeks? Smacking cheeks? Clapping cheeks. That's what I was thinking.
I am the worst person to ask about how a phrase
You're
is.
on the internet more than everyone. Yeah, I like this a lot. What did we cover? We covered Peekaboo. Oh, okay. So just on some ending notes because we're through our chapters,
Yeah,
right?
we got through them.
Ending notes. It is brought up in these chapters that he's just a little older than she is.
Yes. She's 20, I think. He's 26.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I thought. Is they're similar in age, but older. Neither of these people have ever communicated with somebody of the opposite gender.
No. Yeah, I think they're both, this is their first time talking to the opposite. Yeah.
I'm talking to anybody, really. But yet the sister seems very at ease with communicating with people of the opposite gender.
She's so charismatic, easygoing.
Elm does not seem to have any issues communicating with people of the opposite gender.
Right, yeah.
Is it only our characters that are...
They're adorable little awkward ducks that are trying to figure this out for the first time, and it's cute.
Okay, all right.
You better be nice to them.
I'm enjoying the book so much. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I'm just become a hater on our FMC because she's not my favorite.
Yeah.
And this seems to be kind of a thing with her writing.
So do you prefer when the FMC is more badass at the beginning rather than becoming something of her own?
I think they can become badass through the book. They don't have to start off that way, but they have to give me something that leads them to actually becoming badass. Mm. I will not accept a 2-day transformation into...
like those little montages, I think, of the...
Fourth Wing.
Rocky.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, for sure. Rocky, same difference. But at least he was already badass, right? Rocky started off as a fighter. Then we get like Fourth Wing where she goes from being completely incompetent to being relatively competent in what seemed like a span of a few months.
Yeah, but that was necessary.
No, I agree. And I think it's going to be necessary here. But I would like it to be somebody who's already been training. They're just then put in a pool of people that are more talented than them and they rise to compete. As opposed to somebody who is surrounded by people who are already at the top of their field, they come into it far later and then become equally capable in a short period of time.
Oh, so like right now, we're in this forest. They're about to steal this card. We know that everyone around her is very skilled at stealing cards, obviously, and well-trained, right?
Yep.
But at the same time, I think she's going to do what you're expecting to do, but it's not going to be her necessarily.
It'd be the nightmare, and that's fine.
It would be the nightmare.
As long as it's the nightmare, I'm totally cool with it.
But to everyone's perspective, she's just a badass out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I'm totally fine with this. As long as it's the nightmare that's doing it, not she does something, and the nightmare's like, I guess I'm not necessary. You've learned all I had to teach you.
Oh.
Student becomes the master type of nonsense. Because that's what I imagine is eventually going to happen.
Oh, no. I think that they become one. Right now, they're like two separate people. I think they're going to become one. And
Will that make the threesome with Raven weird?
Yeah, it's going to definitely make it weird. But it's not going to be a threesome because they will become one. they're just a single individual.
That's an odd deal, too. Does that make Raven gay?
No, but I do think that for him to give full consent, he needs to be aware that there's another
I would agree.
conscious being in her head that is very likely not consenting.
Even if all he does is show his penis to her, she needs to make both the nightmare and Raven aware of what's about to happen. She's like, listen, you two don't know each other. I can hear both of you.
No, the nightmare can go lock himself away.
Yeah, but he should be warned.
Yeah.
We don't know how loud the music can get for him. Maybe he can't block her out.
Yeah, he can. He can do it.
We don't know
That's what's going to happen. He's going to go to his room and put on headphones and lock his door. And he gets a warning like, hey, it's about to go down.
You have 5 minutes. Pick your movie.
Pick your movie.
All right. You know what? Fine. I'm okay with that then, too.
And by that point, he's going to be aware of the nightmare in her head, literally. And she's like, but don't worry about him. He can go hide for a minute and he won't hear anything.
But then he like peeks a little bit.
No,
and
he
Raven,
doesn't.
Well, I'm saying Raven should be aware that he might peek.
No, he won't peek.
But you need to make Raven aware that it could happen.
I'm very interested in seeing how this goes. That's a very complex issue.
Like imagine, again, I know I brought this up before, but imagine it's just a real middle-of-the-road head game going on. And then finally the nightmare's like, must I do everything? And then blah, 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 gets it. And he's like, wow, that was incredible. Where did you learn this? And she's like, I'll never tell.
No.
And then they separate into different people or the nightmare is purged and he never gets a good blowjob ever again.
Wait, this really defies my idea of they become one. They are now joined and accepting of each other. Well, I think the nightmare's always been accepting of her, but she will accept him. But if they become one, no, she can still send him away.
She could.
She can do that. I'm going to stand by that. That's my theory.
Okay. All right, then. I'll run with it. I'm on board.
I love you.
I love you.
You're my bestie.
You're my bestie. Open your legs and close your books. It's over. Thank you guys for supporting us. It's been a good time. If you'd like more,
follow us here, TikTok or Instagram. Fable, if you want to join our book club. Patreon, if you want episodes early.
Dropping on Tuesdays if you're into that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. Episodes are releasing on Tuesdays. If there's a two-parter, it's going to be on Thursdays.
We accept 5-star reviews and nothing less. If you leave something less, you're a motherfucker.
No!
Oh.
Honest reviews.
Not that honest. Only leave a review if you're willing to be a 5-star honest person. Should we come up with something mean to say to him on the way out? I kind of want to pick on him.
No, I won't say love you. Bye.
Oh, you can tell him that you love him.
Okay.
I won't.
Love you guys before Ryan bullies you out of here.
I'm fine with most of you. I love you, bye. No, we're a smutty podcast. The books, you're right. They may or may not be smutty. We read 3 Little Pigs, and one of them gets fucked. Get ready. It's not the one you think. Which one do you think is the sluttiest pig?
None of them.
I think it's the one in the brick house.
Oh, I was thinking the one with the hay.
I thought you would, and that's how I knew it. Because the twigs aren't sexy enough, the hay one's like, oh, please don't blow my house over. Yeah, no. That's sad that you would think that. It's the one in the brick house, because it's the one you wouldn't think.
This is the one that's getting paid and has money for bricks.
Whoa. First of all, this is a slutty pig, not a whore pig. This pig does it for the love of the game.